Hello and welcome to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So we are currently in the Defender's Heart after talking to nearly everybody here and quite frankly exhausting my voice, and now we are looking to hire a mercenary. I've had a look at the characters that we've got, the couple that we might be running into, and I feel like there is one gap in the party that I need to fill. So we are going to hire someone. So I'm going to give him 4,500 gold because apparently the rate goes up as you level up, so it's better to get them early. Here we go. Oops. So, okay, let's pick a picture for him. What have we got? Not really. Yeah, that might work. Okay. And the class. Now, the one I feel like I'm lacking is an expert in conjuration that can do selective grease or cast glitter dust or whatever. So a bit of crowd control is what I feel I'm missing. And I think, and I say this isn't a particularly unique choice because I feel like other people have almost certainly done this. I feel like this one fits most appropriately with what I'm after out of my mercenary. So I'm going to go Brown Fur Transmuter. So they're good at transforming. I think they can transform others. They have an arcane reservoir which allows you to increase the DC of your spells at certain times, which I think will be very useful, particularly against these high spell resisting mobs at this level. Has exploits which do a few different things depending on which ones you pick. It just feels like, and obviously does a lot of spells, so it just feels like a nice choice. If we look here, yeah, they get all of these arcanist exploits, they get greater exploits, share transmutation, which I think is quite strong later on, and they get the spells that I want. So I think that's, and more importantly, I can actually give them the ability scores that I want, because obviously with the companions that you get, you're stuck with however they've been created. So I am planning to use, if possible, I am planning to use all pre-made companions for the rest of my party. So I'm not ignoring the companions completely, I just feel like this is a big gap. So we move on to arcane exploits, and I will pick, obviously as you can see there's a fair bit of choice here. I won't go through them all, but the one I think makes most sense to me is potent magic. So you can increase the caster level of a spell. The caster level increases by 2 instead of 1. So that automatically gives me a bigger boost. And then she expends 1 point for an arcane reservoir to increase the spell's DC. It increases by 2 instead of 1. So I can cast my selective grease at a couple of levels higher, and hopefully more of the enemies will fall over more often. That's the plan. So I'll pick that. Race, again, there's a few tempting choices, but it's hard to ignore human with that extra feat, I'm afraid. So I know it's a bit boring, but I'm going to stick with it, I'm afraid. Background, I'm thinking Scholar Arcane, use magic device, knowledge arcana, all seems to fit nicely. Then ability scores. Now this is where I always get a bit tied down because I don't like dumping too many stats. I'm going to need high intelligence. I'm going to go to 19 on that. That's a given. Apparently you do need charisma on this character. I don't know why. Why it's saying charisma is important for this particular one. I'm sure there is a reason, and I'm just missing it. Maybe it's because for using magic device, maybe. Don't know. It's a strange one, that. Probably is something I'm missing on this. I should look it up. But I'm going to put at least one extra into that. Oh, excuse me 1 second. Oh, apologies for that. Dexterity, I like to have a couple of points in there. Really like to have a couple of points in here too, and here. So this is where, now do I dump strength? I can dump strength. It gives me 3 points left, so I can put one of these to 14 if I want. Or I can bring strength back up and not take such a big hit. What's going to get me the biggest gain? I guess he doesn't really need much in the way of heavy equipment. He's not going to wear armour. Don't really care about that. Just really hate dumping stats. But that does give me the opportunity of bringing one of these up to 14. Why does he need charisma? Just bear with me. I'm going to look it up and then I'll be right back. So, quick bit of googling, and it says it's important for their exploits and their arcane reservoir. So I'm going to be bumping charisma up to 14 then. I'm going to have to take that hit on strength. That's fine. Okay, so we'll moving on. I feel like it's obviously going to be in these two. It's going to be unused magic device. I feel like I'm going to have someone else on religion. Don't feel like they really do need athletics or stealth or anything like that. So always useful to have something perception. Where to put that extra one? Where to put that extra one? Guess it might be useful to stealth or mobility. Avoiding those attacks of opportunity might be useful, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to stick in mobility for now. Right, fine. Okay, now the feats are fairly straightforward for the first ones. So we're going to have, if I can find it, spell focus, conjuration, and then greater spell focus, conjuration, because early on I want him to be my crowd control. Okay, now we get to choose some of the spells. I think magic missile goes without saying, very useful. I guess shield is useful to get that bonus to AC. What else can we look at? What else could be useful? Well, definitely grease after me talking about it. So I'm looking for, not going to use that one, I don't think. Not melee, I don't want him to be close. Could do some transmutation stuff. Mage armor, It's always useful, isn't it, for casters. Pick that one for now. Snowball. Guess that's not affected by spell resistance. That could be a useful one to do, maybe. Vanish. Don't really feel I'll wait till I get invisibility later on. I think I don't really feel the need for that just now. You could do reduce person. I haven't got anyone who does that currently. Might be useful. And what else? None of those really. I need one more. Yeah, I'll take that one, I think, because I don't have anyone doing that currently. Okay, I think that will do. We've got to come up with appropriate religion, deity. Who would be good? Quarterstaff. Good law. Neutral good, lawful good, lawful neutral. Don't know. Let me give that a little bit of thing. Okay, it doesn't think it matters which deity I want. So I'm just going to pick this one because I've never picked it before. I can't think of any reason why that won't work. Okay. Feel like there's magic quarterstaffs out there. Might be useful. Yeah, alright, I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to be neutral good. Got to pick some kind of... Let's make him skinny. I don't really care which one. Okay, blue. Doesn't matter. Let's give him a big beard. And rest is fine. Okay.
Their life ends here.
I'm gonna make him grumpy.
Entertainment.
Yeah, we'll go grumpy. I feel like that fits nicely with the look. And so, just because I like the character, I'm gonna pick that. Okay, cool.
Not that I care.
Right, so there we go. That's our guy created. Let's just level him up a bit. Turn that off. Yeah, okay, so not much to do here. Pick the same 5. Another couple of spells. I'm struggling enough to pick them in the first place, ones I need. I guess I could use that, and I could use that. I don't really see the benefit of anything else particularly. Let's use those two then. Complete. And then third. Pick those again. And we were going to go, or I'm going to choose selective spell, because I think that is really useful personally. So let's go with that. 2 more spells to pick from. Now I'm struggling a bit. Pick Vanish because I can't really think of anything else useful. Stunning Barrier. I guess that could be useful. Okay, I'll pick that one for now. Okay. Now I know I can't turn any of my spells selective until level 4 because I have no. Because you've got to put them up a spell level, and I'm still spell level 1, I believe. But that's fine. We're complete there. Let's just pick his spells because we haven't done that yet. I think they'll be fine. I'm going to remove this for now because I can get them from Sealer. We'll add basic grease maybe, and give him a shield. Give him a shield for now. I think that will do. Right. Okay. Not that I'm not sleeping straight away, so they're not going to be available for a little while. Okay. So I think that's that. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I don't think I've got anything I can give him as such at the moment. So let's go down and pick up Woljif, because Irabeth has given us permission. Here he is.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me?
I talked to Irabeth and I've decided to make you part of my troop. We'll see how it goes.
You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin, get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can you? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call Thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that Big Sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go, I'll show you the way.
Okay, so we now have Woljif. Let's head back up. So now I think I have a full party, which is good. I think I've got enough money. I'm just going to do it quickly. I do. Just buy, which one is it? It's this one. Bag of small bag of holding. Just useful. There we go. We'll think about the other things later, but I'm happy with what I've got for the moment. Okay, we head outside. The place has been sanctified. It can protect the area around it from the corruption of the abyss. I think that means that if you sleep here, you remove all your corruption. Okay. What's this? Commander, look what we've got here. Are you too mad? Whatever possessed you to steal the gem golem from the Tower of Estrod Museum? Explain yourselves. We didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw some looters dragging it down the street and recaptured it. Now this shiny fellow is ours. That shiny fellow belongs to the treasury. The inlay alone is worth more than a castle. Joran, see to it that no one lays as much as a finger on the golem or plucks out a single gem. Wow. Okay. Let's carry on round. Nobody of note there. Anything up here? Nope, just some loot. Nothing up there. Now we got Jordan. A grizzled dwarf turns a blade in his calloused hands, carefully inspecting its edge. When he sees you approaching, he sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod. A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Canabras. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Do you know everyone in Canabras by sight? Well, not everyone, but I make it my business to know people who might need my services. A blacksmith's work isn't just an anvil, you know. Are you Staunton Vane's brother? Yep, where he goes I go. That's how we've always done it, even before the world wound. I forge the armour, he goes into battle and breaks it. He brings it back to me and I repair it and make it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, but that part has stayed the same. How was Staunton to blame for the fall of Dresden? I've told this story so many times already. Well, telling it one more time won't kill me. The blacksmith sighs. Dresden was built after the First Crusade, back when it seemed like victory was ours for the taking and the demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of Old Socorus was thoroughly diminished, and many of them hoped to see their hard fighting repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes and on Mendev's ambitions, though you're not supposed to say that out loud. What a city it was, Andre. You can't even imagine. It was built by the finest engineers from the Five King Mountains. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusade movement, a monument to its glory and a beacon of hope for all. Galarian. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory, and they came from all over. Taldor, Garond, Tienzir. I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there, the banner that had been carried into battle by Omade herself back when she was still human. The banner protected the city and kept the demons from teleporting inside its walls. As long as the banner was in place, Dresden was invincible, or so we thought. But then the world wound suddenly expanded. The demons launched a new onslaught and folk started saying it was time to declare the Second Crusade. Dresden was unassailable, until one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city, that its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered honeyed words about glory and valour and convinced him that he could be a hero as great as Iomade herself, and the poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorised foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds, but for some reason the courageous ringleader was spared. A whole army teleported into Dresden. It was a bloodbath. Joran solemnly shakes his head. As you can guess, the officer was called Staunton Vane, and the woman turned out to be a demon. Not just any demon, it was Minago, that foul wretch. She's given us a lot of grief here in Canabras too. Just don't ask me what I was doing while my brother was off having trysts with that beast, and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. The blacksmith gestures as if to ward off the inevitable reprobation. Who could have guessed it would end like this? I failed my brother, that's the truth. I blame myself every day, looking at his plight. So that's the story. Why do you have your forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. A true master of any craft will always find the tools they need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal, but I've still got my hands, and that means I can work. Show radiance to join. Do you recognise this sword? Do I recognise it? Of course I do. I made this with my own hands. That's my brand, see? The dwarf carefully takes the sword in his hands and gazing at it like a doting father. Oh, Yaniel, things have been tough without you. At least we've still got your sword. That's something. Drawn returns the sword to you. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted, they break, but sometimes a weapon can preserve. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm no authority on these things, but something like an echo of the deeds done with the weapon, or more like the reflection of the wielder's soul. I don't know. I will say one thing. Take care of that sword. Yaniel may no longer be with us, but the demons will still remember why they need to turn tail and run when they see radiance. Ugh, the scabbard's all worn. We can't have a fine sword like this being carried around in this tatty thing. I'll make you a new one if you like. If the city stands strong and we both survive, come and see me again and I'll have it ready. No charge. Show me your wares. Let's just do a quick sale of bits and pieces. That's all for the moment. What's he got? Anything of use? We got two-handed axe, crossbow, living ram. There's a few bits and pieces. Nothing jumping out at me immediately that we might need. Okay, we'll deal with that later, I think. Okay, let's carry on round. Prestigious Painter Golem. Happy to be of service. May Shaylin brighten and vivify your day. What are you? I'm a Prestigious Painter Golem. Many millennia ago, I was built by Aslante's clerics of Shaylin, the goddess of beauty, to make the world a better place. In my joyful service, I have visited many lands, and for the past few centuries, I have resided at the Temple of the Sunrise Chrysanthemums in Tanzania? But then the good clerics saw fit to offer me a gift to the Mendavian Crusaders so that they could share in the beauty I can create. Why, I see you also worship my Lady Shaylin. Let us work together to vivify and brighten everyone's day. Can you do anything useful here? My creators granted me the ability to place illusions on various items. I can change the colour and texture to make them more beautiful and appealing to the eye. Would you like me to cast an illusion over your armour to make it green? Green is a very pleasant colour and it would match your eyes. No, I'm fine, thanks. How did you end up here? I was in the Tower of Estrod Museum, but then some non-beautiful people came and started smashing everything. I asked them to show restraint, and that's when they decided to steal me. After all, I am beautiful and very valuable. They dragged me down the street, but I didn't want to go with them, so I kept stopping. The least beautiful of my kidnappers threw me over his shoulder and tried to run away with me, but I'm very heavy, so his back made a very not beautiful crunching sound. He started yelling, and then everyone else started yelling, and some of that yelling was directed at me, and then they started hitting me with their non-beautiful weapons, and then some good crusaders drove them away and brought me here. And now I've been lumbered with you. Waste of good metal you are, and instead of working I'm supposed to keep an eye on you so no one is tempted by the walking treasure trove. What can you do to help the war effort? I was not designed for any type of combat, yet I can bring beauty and harmony to any type of combat. I don't need illusion on my gear, so I'm guessing he's going to be pretty worthless to me. Happy to be of service, and may Shaylin brighten and vivify your day. Okay, let's carry on round. And finally, we can head out. I do apologise, I've been here a long time. Let's add both of those to my group, or my party, and we'll head on out. Okay, so we're on the global map. I'm going to head to the Thiefling hideout. Just found a fallen horse, go to that later. Okay. No dramas on that trip. So we'll walk in here. Sister Charisme? The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the walls, separate from the rest. The tall woman, who had been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife, greets you with narrowed eyes. Brother Waldjif, you got my message then? Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister Charisme, but it was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next, well no, I was still in shackles, and I was being watched, and then the chief got me out, and I came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods and leave. Even if the neighbours called the guard, there was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Irabeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. Do you think Woolgiff knows the name of the traitor? Charisme turns to you. He speaks. I thought Woolgiff only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that brother Woolgiff has been part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was past the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woolgiff is the only one who's always coming out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. I'd have said that it meant that Woolgiff was cursed with finding friends among losers and screw-ups, but now he's with us. That must mean his curse has been broken. That depends. He was indeed most fortunate to find himself in a party with me. On the other hand, he also ended up in a party with you. So he really doesn't like him. Canabras is burning. Why are you squabbling here instead of fleeing this city? Charisme pursed her lips. I'd be glad to leave, like the rest of my brothers and sisters, but in this family there's nothing worse than betrayal, and it's something we do not forgive. We don't forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook either. If I don't find the rat, my superiors, let's just say, I wish I was burning in Canabras. I want to keep living, so I'm going to take a chance until I find out who the traitor is here. No one is leaving. Woolgiff, tell us your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Charisme got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there. I mean, Woolgiff jerks his head towards the 5 Thieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up and says we've got a score. Ancientries and Wonders. The one place nobody's ever been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with the tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us would hang around the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. That's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right with the locks and the golem. I picked the lock. I remember it clear as day. Sister Downer was on lookout. Brother Melroon had the scroll. Doffy, Tavi and Varnir brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it, and next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered, but I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000's worth, and to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything. Charisme is pointedly polishing her knife. Where's the Moon of the Abyss, Brother Woolgiff? What is the Moon of the Abyss? It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancientries and Wonders. Sterling silver sparkled like a star. Fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, you know, a crescent, a waning moon, and in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Philemon was so proud of the amulet. He used to say, I'll never sell it, it's the jewel of my collection. Woolgiff sighs unhappily. I used to go there to see what kinds of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Canabras. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you in the second you tried to fence it. Everybody knew that you were always hanging around Ancientries and Wonders, drooling over the Moon of the Abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free, and with a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woolgiff. I see right through you. Why would Irabeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been gone long by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellar can have a nice Woolgiff-sized dinner? The Moon of the Abyss is a pretty bauble to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Irabeth's people would protect you. You knew you could pin the moon going missing on them, and now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is, nobody's returned the amulet to Philemon. Are you giving Irabeth a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Iomedae all rolled into one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights will take bribes, I'm sorry to say, but Irabeth Tirabade isn't one of them. Go on, Woolgith. That's the whole sorry story. Woolgith crossed his arms, looking affronted. Some family this turned out to be. It's just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the Moon of the Abyss. What am I going to do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it. It'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. It is. If it's that important to you, Sister Charisme, I'll find it, and I'll drag the traitor here by the horns, just so you don't end up in the bottom of the Cellin. But do you know what you're going to owe me for that? An apology, right here in front of everyone. You're going to apologise loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, sorry Woolgith, you're a good guy, and I was wrong about you. Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woolgith, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family's coming for you. You'll have no peace, but one day you'll be tired of running, you'll stop to catch your breath, and that is when we'll get you. Got that? You've a way with words, Sister Charisme. A way that almost made me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary gal Irabeth. She knows you a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. We'll find the real traitor. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Irabeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Okay, so let's just have a look, see if there's anything we can pick up around here. A few ingredients. Random alcohol. First aid kit. Lockpicker's kit. Yeah, that's useful. Okay. Right, let's head out. So we'll head back to Irabeth and see what she's got to say for herself. Okay, so we have a fight on the road. So guess what it'll be? Spiders I'm going to go for.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
A mixture. Spider and flies, okay.
Cover me, all right?
Oh, nice. Oh! Oh, I don't like that. 2 strength damage. Oof. Don't like that at all. Okay.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Oh no, and he's got disease now. DC 18. Yuck. This is not good. Okay. This was not a good surprise ambush at all.
I'll cut you wide open.
Only got 3.
I'll split you in half.
Don't want to waste them on that.
Stab you or zap you. Why not
Okay,
both?
good. He finished them off. Right. So we need to heal, and quickly. Let's
I heed the voice
pause.
of the spirits.
So, First aid kit, law religion. Who's got my best law religion? Character 3 1 0 3 3 1 2. Yeah, great. Okay, let's give it a try. Right, we got rid of the venom. Probably not going to get rid of this. No, it failed. 13 and we needed 17. Yuck. Okay. We need someone with religion to get rid of those. That's horrible. I don't think we've got anyone with lesser.
Meditate on your mistakes.
I'm
Might make you
here.
feel better.
Where else would I be?
That's really, really disappointing. Okay, fine. So we got that guy who can cast them for us in Defender's Heart. I'll leave that, I think. Really don't like the ability hits. Okay, let's head in. Such a character to read a scroll for you to get rid of the negative. The method can be especially useful when you need to resurrect. Most likely find someone who can in a camp or city. So, do I need to talk to him to do it, or does it just work? Let's see, shall we? So if I try and use... What happened there? It did restore 1 strength, so it just works in here by the look of it. But I need to do it again, so I'm going to have to buy another one. Okay, so we'll go for lesser. Let's get a couple, just in case. And then we also need disease. Remove disease. Cast a level check against DC. DC is high. Don't think that's going to be too helpful, that. Okay, fine. I'll leave that for now. Can I do it? Oh wow, how many strength was he
I'll
down?
make my own legend.
One more. One more will just take him to 19. Let's just do it anyway. Expensive little hit, that. Not a fan of that at all. Okay. Let's go and talk to Irabeth. There's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who is your informant among the Thieflings? Cannabis is threatened by a demon horde and you'll have enough time to spare to help out thieves. Irabeth sighs. I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note and disappeared. Irabeth hesitates as she tries to remember. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the long horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in the Ancientries and Wonders, that shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Irori. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. I have to go. Okay, let's go and speak to this one. Ancientries and Wonders shop. Okay, so what have we got here? Polished oak shelves once showcased magic rings and amulets. Now all that's left are the grubby handprints of the robbers. Oh, someone's calling me. Let's go and have a look at this. We've got a scroll of blessed weapon.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Some scrolls have been torn apart and some have been trodden on by muddy boots. Let's pick that up. Was that a heart? Demonic heart. Finian, the talking weapon. Phew.
I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is so foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will.
You're a Pathfinder?
That's right, Finian Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Canabras, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn.
What I meant was, what are you?
What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from, is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kelets of the Star Eye clan fled when the World Wound troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I am best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me phantom blades.
A phantom blade? What's that?
It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors.
The city is under attack by the demons.
Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. And then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Canabras, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier.
How did you end up in this shop?
I've been waiting here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here.
Alright, I'll take you with me.
I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word.
You now have a unique companion, Finian the Talking Weapon. You can access him through a special button in the inventory. There's no limitations to changing Finian's form. Finian will become more powerful as his personal story progresses. Okay. So, let's have a look, shall we? Finian. Let's turn him, well, seeing as I am using a faux shard, let's see how that compares, shall we? So, let's drag that over there. It's an improvement on what I had. So, thank you, Finian. That's my shared stash. So it's gone from 514 to 817. Seems like a solid improvement. It's also ghost touched, so I think that means I can hit ghosts and spectres and stuff like that. So all in all, good piece of business. Alright, let's carry on. Pick that up. Pick those up. Okay, what is that? Pipe Fox. Pipe Fox provides a +3 insight bonus on knowledge arcana and 2 insight bonus on perception skill checks. Okay, well let's give him to him, shall we?
I don't need
Because he's my arcana guy. Okay, cool. Let's carry on round. What have we got here? The formerly well-appointed shop now looks a sorry state. It's been completely ransacked. Lying in the corner next to the scorched wall on the soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. The golem's eyes glow in the gloom. Master, code word. Hand of Irori. Code word correct. The golem's eyes glow brighter, awaiting orders. Where did you come from? Who created you? The golem was created by Gafreen and Son. Address third building on the right, Jeweller's Alley, Nerosian Mendev, model G504ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced. For all inquiries, contact Mr. Gafreen. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop in the last week. The golem is silent for a moment. 56 individuals enter the shop. Human female, old, no male, old, human female. He's reeling off customers till nightfall. We need to ask in a different way. Were any of the suspicious people tieflings? Golem is silent for a while. Tieflings, 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Tiefling female, young. Describe the young male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, short horns, curled backwards, medium length tail, eye colour yellow, hair colour black. Special observations, annoyed master. Horns, hair, tail, that sounds like me, but that's not possible. I know what the security's like here. I didn't come near the place. I'll give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. There, see? Can't have been me. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, long horns, medium length tail, eye colour blue, pale blue, skin colour dark, special observations, red hair. Oh, that's our traitor. I bet your life on it. Charisma drilled into our heads that we wasn't to go hanging about the shop. Red hair. We've got a couple of gingers and plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for a special observation. Golems ain't all they're cracked up to be, eh? Maybe its master knows more. Describe the female tiefling. Tiefling female, above average height, hair long, pale, tail not observed, long horns, eye colour blue, special observation, scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. I don't know that one. New arrival most likely. Gold stitching, eh? Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. Enough. The golem is silent, waiting for an order. Where is your master? Fuliatros, my master, is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. He's likely holed himself up in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where is the basement in this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. I found out everything I wanted to know. Okay, so we've got an athletics check to move him.
I am finished.
Which we did. And we can head down to the basement. Okay, let's pick these up. Bit of liquor. There's something over here as well. Pick the lock.
This is my kind of work.
Random junk. And that's about it. So we can just talk to him now. Philemon Fruliatros, the elderly gnome, so portly as to be nearly spherical, is curled up in the corner of the basement shaking. Marauders, bandits, scavengers. Yeah, makes sense. We're all of those things and much, much more. Before you report us to the authorities, mind if we have a chat? Please calm down. No one's going to rob you. The gnome peers at you. You do look better dressed than the local thieves and ragamuffins. You came here to tell me that the nightmare is over? No, it's not. You're here to steal my riches. Get back! The gnome notices Woolgif and his rounded face turns scarlet. You! Woolgif, the dirty little sneak thief. You've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. The gnome seems to settle slightly. My name's Philemon Fuliatros. I am the owner of this shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked maybe, but nothing a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? Do you think I robbed my own shop? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The Watch was keen to get their hands on those Thieflings. They seem to be multiplying all over Galarian. So of course I did everything they said, and I've been stuck in the basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door, no matter how much I yelled at it. But then I thought it was all to the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the Tieflings that visited Ancientries and Wonders recently. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. Let's try we've got a bluff or an intimidate. I'm helping the Eagle Watch to catch the culprits. It's in your interest to tell me everything. So they haven't got the Thieflings. I thought the city's finest were on the job, and you can't rely on anyone. Ask your questions then, if it's so important. Tell me about Woolgif. His face wrinkles in distaste. Woolgif Jeffto, right? Yes, I've known him for a long time. Rather, I've not known him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd just slink back in again. If he was in the gang that robbed my shop, I'd bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all, that's the one who got the moon. I want to see it returned too, you get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. A red-haired tiefling, I suppose. Yes, there was one who came in and spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means, I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an Asimir-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected that something was off. I checked everything after he left, but nothing was missing, and that put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember is he was wrapped in a green cloak like he was freezing. That's all I have. That's it. With that description, we'll surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief, back to Sister Charisme. We go to have a good long shifty at all my brothers and put all the clues together. Something tells me our traitor isn't going to wriggle out of this one. Tell me about the Tiefling woman. A Tiefling woman? Ah yes, I remember now. A noble lady. Unlike the Tiefling ruffians we have around here, she purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. If only all Tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. I found out everything I wanted to know. If that isn't enough to help you catch the thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace with the wreck of the shop. Okay, so let's head back. Unique weapons and unique armour were previously displayed on these stands. It's unlikely their new owners even know their true value. Polished oak shells once showcase magic rings and amulets. Now all that's left are grubby handprints of robbers. Yes, it's not good at all. Get a gold ring. I think that's all we got here. Okay.
Let's move.
Let's head back and see if we can find out the traitor from the Tiefling's hideout. Okay, let's go on in. Sister Charisme. Well, are you going to tell me who the traitor is? The name and the moon of the abyss that they stole? I don't need anything else. Let's take a good look at the suspects. The Tieflings are tense and ready to reach for their weapons. The only redheads are Melroon and Doffy. The dark-skinned Tieflings are Vanir, Doffy and Melroon. Doffy, Melroon and Tavi have straight horns, but Tavi is female. Only Varnir and Melrune have green cloaks. So it's got to be Melrune, isn't it? I'm ready to give a name. The traitor is Melrune. You'll pay for this. Oh dear. Grab him, take him away for questioning. Charisma looks weary, but her early tension is clearly lifted. He confessed. Someone connected to the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the moon of the abyss, and the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem. He betrayed us to Erebeth so that he could swipe the amulet in the chaos. He thought we'd get nicked and he'd slink off to meet up with his customer. You've got the moon of the abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt of holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said when he got to the window display the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultists. I don't really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you going to do now? Clear out of this place. The sooner the better. The city's dying. I don't want to die with it. The city would have already died if not for the people who stood up to defend it with the weapons in their hands. So defend it. I'm not stopping you. It's your city, but we've always been outsiders here. Why would we fight for you now? What are you going to do to the traitor? He'll be sent to visit the distant relatives on their farm to think about what he did. Any more questions? I have to go. Good decision. I don't plan to hang around long either. Charisma turns to leave. Waldriff nervously bites his lip. His cheeks are flushed and his tail is swishing through the air. You forgot something. What now? You should be happy to be alive. An apology. You promised to apologise to me, loudly, in front of everyone. We're alone now, but I still want to hear it. Well? Ah, that. Charisma shrugs indifferently. So sorry. I suppose for being wrong about you this time. Don't think that just because you didn't act like a jerk this one time that it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Waldriff. That was the most pathetic apology I've ever heard. Charisma's eyes harden, but then she sighs. Alright, fine. I'm sorry, Waldriff. Let's part on good terms. Never going to win this one. And now apologise to me as well. When you falsely accuse my ally, you accuse me too. Failed. Don't push it. Good luck to the both of you. Oh well. Didn't have a high enough persuasion one for that one, really. Waldriff watches her go, his tail relaxing. Better than nothing. Listen, Chief, when you've got a spare minute, come to see me. I've something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting below ground when the building above is ready to crash down on our heads. Okay. Let's see if we can get in here, shall we? We'll have a little look in here. Oh, trap.
Something.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
Anything of use? A couple of bits there. A couple of bits there. Anything in here? Not worth anything, not worth anything. And the Thiefling's account book. I'll take it, but it's not worth anything. Fine. Doesn't seem to be anything else to find. So let's head out. I think this has been going on for quite a long while now. I think that is a good place to stop this episode. Thank you for watching, and we'll pick up next time.